I'm going to walk you through how I've been able to templatize over 103 viral hooks for social media so that you can create templates for yourself. But also, I'm going to show you how to do all of this within the click of a button. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Tina. I help knowledge creators like you automate your business so that you can focus on your zone of genius while also avoiding burnout in the process. And if you're not already following me, like, comment, subscribe, do all those things. But I'm super excited to talk to you again about how I've been able to turn viral content as well as hooks. We're just going to use hooks as the example here, and how I'm actually able to automatically templatize them with the click of a button. Literally, all I do is just click buttons, and that is pretty cool. But for today's purpose and agenda, I really want to walk you through why I kind of did this, why I'm even thinking about this. And the thought came to me when it's like you can see all the top social media content. Literally, if you're looking at Reddit as an example, right, there is a filter where you can simply press top and see what's performing well. You perhaps maybe see it from all your, the content, the gurus that you follow, and they're creating really great content, and you're like, oh, I wish I could just create content like that, and I wish I just had a template. And so the thing is, at the end of the day, like, you want to create a solution where you can turn any content piece into a template on demand. What works well for another person could potentially work well for you. And I'm going to walk you through how you exactly do this because it's really cool. And stay tuned for another video that's coming up where I'm basically going to show you how to turn a transcript into, a viral content piece using the templates that you create, for example, in this video that you see here today. Now, again, I'm going to walk you through this process, and I'm going to walk you through a little bit of the steps that we take in terms of having this content database, the AI prompting in terms of what does that look like in a database. And then seriously, we're going to give you the example of how I do this within a one-click trigger. So with that being said, I want to walk you through, just the kind of like the workflow process and like how does this actually like work? How does my brain think? But anyways, it basically looks like this. You are someone who goes on social media and you see this content. You're like, ooh, it's like doing so well. Like you have a bunch of hearts. It's like you're like, wow, this content piece is getting a lot of traction. I wish I could analyze it and figure out what's working well, what's not, things like that. And then what you do is you take the content piece, literally just copy and paste, and you put it into something that we have also known as our newsletter database. You can also see it as a content database. And you just copy and paste the record into the database because you want to basically have a library of content that's doing really well. Now, one of the things that's going to be in this database that you have here, and we also include it in our newsletter database when you have the AI features in it, is basically within one of those fields. Think of it like, you have like a database right here, and let's just say if your record, well, you have like these columns, right? You're like, okay, a name, and then content, and then whatever the field is here, right? But I want you to imagine where you're creating a column and there's a field in it. And basically, in that field, you are going to write a specific AI prompt, right? And so in this prompt, you're basically saying, take this content that you see here that I have uploaded for you, and I want you to be able to create it into a template that I can use for future use. And so in our newsletter database, when you purchase the AI flow added to it as an example, you'll see the prompts. But I just want to let you know that like that prompt exists in there. And then what's going to end up happening is that, again, you're going to reference that content, you're going to run it through the AI prompt, it's going to generate a templated content piece. Now, I'm going to walk you through a real world example of how I actually do this. And if you don't already have it, but you want to figure out what are the tools, the database, everything that I'm mentioning here to actually make this possible, definitely comment tools and I'll send you my software recommendations for this, as well as consider joining us in Leverage Creator where we show you how to do exactly all of this. But let's go ahead and get into this right now. All right, so here's kind of what I did. I actually was able to find this really great resource. It's completely free, so don't go ahead and like search this up, find it. But I actually found this resource where it actually, I don't know who created it, but somebody on the internet actually took the top Reddit posts on social media and put it on this database. And they did it with Airtable, which was really great because I was just able to copy the base into Airtable. But they took they took the content and put it in this database, and like they sorted it and filtered it and all these things. And like if you want to see the Reddit link on the performance of it, you can right here. But what I was more so interested was like, okay, like they have all this like title. By the way, this column right here was not there. I created it. But they had this pretty much like the post title. And I was thinking to myself, like, there's 100 at the time. There was 103 records in this post and in this database. And I was like, oh my God, I don't want to like have to like create templates for all these post titles and these hooks like individually. Like that's just way too much time. And so this is what I mentioned earlier, where you're gonna want to create basically a hook where you are, or not hook, you're gonna basically want to create a field, a column where you're actually going to be able to generate the template with AI, right? Now, inside here, there's actually like the AI prompt. I've already had this here. If you're in Leverage Creator, then you'll know the prompt. Or if you get our AI flows, you'll know the prompt. But basically, you can feel free to like test it out and, create your own prompt. But I did the testing for you. But basically, I have this prompt. And if you're wondering, like, how do I actually like create columns that actually have generative AI in it? What's pretty cool is that like you want to make sure that's long text as the field, and then you just do generate values with AI, and then you could play around here and like tell it what you want, tell like what type of prompt you want, and then it will give you the prompt here. And that's basically what I did. I like tested and tweaked and found a prompt that worked for me. So we're just going to discard that, but I want to show you how like you could do that. Now I'm going to walk you through an example of what I see here. Literally, this is all I do within the click of a button. I just copied like a post, a record that I see here because I want to walk you through this example. But literally all I did was just have this record, copied and pasted, and then literally within the click of a button, let's kind of move it here. Literally click of a button, I press generate. Let's give it some time. And it automatically generated the template for me. So this was the LinkedIn automation template that worked. And this is literally what it did. Like, let's actually expand this record so you guys can see it on a deeper level. But basically, it took this hook and created a template for me. And I honestly feel like it does a really good job of it, of like platform, tool, automation, building a platform tool bot with X functionality from scratch. Like that's a pretty cool template. And like it's amazing when you think about this, like from the perspective of all you have to do now is just like copy and paste and then click a button and then you get a bunch of templates. At that point, you don't have to hire a copywriter. You don't have to figure out how to do these copywriting skills. All you literally have to do is just find people or find areas where people are doing a really good job of writing content and create templates for yourself so that you can actually create content that is similar in nature to them, but just kind of remove and, switch out the placeholders for whatever your content piece is, right? So definitely stay tuned because I'm going to walk you through on how to take this to the next level where it's like, okay, Tina, like if I'm creating videos, for example, like this, what if I want to take the transcript and automatically like create content using the templates that I've already created? How do you do that on demand? How do you do that automatically? Well, definitely stay tuned for the next video because we're going to be walking through that in whenever I share the video. So if you are wanting to see that video sooner rather than later, then definitely reply and let me know, comment, and definitely follow the journey so you don't miss out. But I will see you in the next one, and hopefully I see you in our newsletter where we show you how to automate your business. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.